Howdy doody, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another new form event with me, your host, Brandon Gross, and our amazing co-founder, Cole Jan. I hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing this afternoon, this morning, this evening. We know we're having you guys at all different timetables around the world, but we want to thank you guys for coming out, whether you are on Instagram and or YouTube. To set the pace of what it is that we're doing today is we have been starting to, between Cole and I, doing some amazing putting together of templates, assets, components for you guys, our favorite web designers, to really just start your projects off, not from scratch, but with elements that you guys can really use and puzzle piece together to make your workflow that much easier. But first off, I want to say hello to you guys in the chat. I want to know where you guys are watching from, how you're doing this day and age, because again, we're all over the place and I'm going to be like asking where you guys are from. I have no idea, but would love to know. But first, Cole, how you doing today, man?
I'm good, Brandon. How are you?
I'm excellent, dude. And I'm very excited. If you guys, well, I think both of us are very excited. Every month, if you guys are not familiar with what me and Cole do, first off, we are the New Form community. We are a community of over 14,000 amazing creatives like yourselves. On Discord, we run, you guys are probably watching this on Instagram, daily web designs and UI UX daily tips. If you guys love the content education there, first off, if you're not following us, definitely do that there. Also, if you would like to watch more of our long form content because you're tired of looking at that small screen in front of you, comment YouTube and it will automatically send you a DM to where we are live on YouTube. With that being said, what me and Cole are going to share with you guys today is this is one of our 2 workshops that we do each and every month. We've already had Cole's workshop last week, which was, remind us again, Cole, what exactly we did?
It was like a shutter hero section. So when you start scrolling, you have these shutters that move across the page. It was really cool and would be really great for kind of a portfolio or a documentary type website.
Exactly. And if you guys want to check it out, basically, if you guys over here on YouTube, the link to our component library and our template library is in the description. If you're over here watching on Instagram and you want to see what that is, we actually set up an automation to where you can just comment library, at least over, it's on Daily Web Designs. I haven't told Cole about it, so it's, if you're watching on Daily Web Designs, comment library and we'll send you an automatic DM to the library that we're talking about. However, if you just want to join us on YouTube and also get access to the component library, the template library, comment YouTube and we will send you an automatic link to YouTube where the link for that is in the description. All right, cool. Other than that, what we're going to do today is we have built out a SaaS landing page template. Really what we're going to do today, around like 30-ish minutes, is basically just showcase to you the template that we created. We'll talk about how we made it, how you can kind of utilize it as well, what you can replace, what you can edit, so on and so forth. And we'll also answer any questions about how we made it if you guys have it or have those questions, and kind of just take you through it. It's kind of, today is like a little bit of a showcase, show you what we made, the animations, how easy it was done, and also just show you guys what you can use if you have clients, projects yourself you want to use this for, whatever. But it's showcase day. Let's show you what we did, and first off, let's show you what it is that we made. So we're gonna go ahead and switch screens here real quick. And again, if you guys are, excuse me, let me switch back here. If you guys are curious about anything, Cole is looking at chat both on YouTube and Instagram. I have my Instagram up in front of me, but my eyes got to look through the things. I'm going to be doing a lot of jobs today. Requires many hands. But with that being said, let me go ahead and refresh here. So we, as I said, we have a little bit of a SaaS project here. We have a placeholder logo. We've got nice little animations here. We got our sign up, get started button. We have a place where you can put an image or a video in the beginning. Some of the features of really what we took, or what we have here, is we have a placeholder for a video, kind of the features or what exactly this tool, this SaaS tool, can really do. So for example, we have this imaginary tool that we have here. It has the ability to do MP3 or excuse me, MP4 animation, would have you, but this is just a place where to showcase a video, maybe some other features that your tool might have, the ability to get started with that tool, some more animations and more features regarding what that tool is. We could have a little bit of a slider here, but for now we have one image. As we scroll down, we have an FAQ section. All this stuff is fully editable, guys. We just decided to keep this donut and kind of like as you guys can see, this whole tool is based off of like a 3D visuals tool. So we just have spaces for video, images, FAQs about the tool, some more information about the tool, or just social proof, whether it's from X, whether it's social media, doesn't matter. We have a little bit of a slider action coming on here. We have pricing tables. We have our 7-day trial. We have a most popular, and then we have the higher end tier piece here, all with hover interactions here and animations, and of course subscribe so you don't miss out. So this is really a page that fits what someone would need for a SaaS page. But if you guys are interested, hold on one second. Cole says I really cooked with this, and I tried, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, but Cole also helped out. You know, well, it wasn't just a go ahead.
You should mention that the FAQ is actually connected to a CMS, so you might want to show them how to fill in the content that way too.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll totally go into that. And so that's kind of what we have and what Cole is talking about. And I think that stuff is really important for us to go into. All this stuff is editable. Like, this isn't just written out in text here. We actually have this FAQ put into CMS. Like, if we just go to my CMS here in Wix Studio and we go to my collections, we have a dataset FAQ. And if you guys are curious what exactly this is, or the platform that we are in Wix Studio. So as we have here, like for example, I can go ahead and add another item here. I'm just going to type Brandon test live, and we're going to put Brandon likes donuts. Okay, just because. And if we just go through here, I'm just going to view the site live really quick. And here we go, Brandon test live. Brandon likes donuts. So all this stuff, how it is built, and of course these templates that we're building out for you guys in our template library, really. And if you guys are not familiar what that is, again, we have at newform.community, we have a whole list of awesome landing pages, assets, past projects that we have and are trying to share with you guys, again, to use as puzzle pieces for you guys to kind of jigsaw together to make some of your own projects. Other interactive hero sections made by Cole, a lot of other things. This was what Cole was talking about that we did last week, this awesome animated shutter hero section. It's actually 2 sections that you can use for your portfolios, what have you. And then today we have the free SaaS landing page template for startups. So there's a ton of things for you guys to do. And we also have our Studio Ghibli piece because we have our challenge this month. We have not talked about it, but we have our challenge this month. As always, if you're curious about the challenge, we're not going to go too much into detail right now, but you guys can win up to $250 for participating in this. We're not using the projects in any shape and or form. This is a community-based challenge where we know people get tired, get stale about what it is, their creativity. They're stuck in a job, their client work isn't super cool. So we try to do a monthly challenge that is cool for the design community, for you guys to do, you know, work within some really cool themes, kind of get your creative juices flowing, make something cool for yourself, your portfolio, or just for the fun of it. And we put up prize money for the people who make awesome stuff. So if you guys want to check that out, you guys can go to newform.community/challenge. But that is as a side note. For anything else, like for example, like this image that we have here, we can change this image to really anything. You know, I'm gonna just go ahead and go to media from Wix, and I can just plop anything in there. For whatever reason, I'm like, these look like brownies, it's chocolate, but we can very easily, you know, upload anything that we want. I definitely would love to have a SaaS project or a SaaS platform that just like hand delivered the best brownies to me ever. But all of this stuff really, you know, we're trying to also figure out the best way to showcase this stuff to you all. But this page is fairly simple. All the images are very easy to swap in and out. One of the things that we are going to add for right now, we do have an image here, but maybe one thing that we'll do at the end of the live stream is actually make it so that there is a swappable image and video component that will actually publish, so that those who want to play with the video, you guys will have access to that by the end of the live stream. But anything here, changeable, all the words, easily replaceable. And even stuff like this, we have a pro gallery here where we can simply just manage the media, upload new content, and replace what we have here for our social proof. And this piece here, this is the only thing we have yet to connect. We have the front end, but by the end of this week, we should be able to have this hooked up to basically a Wix e-commerce or sales platform where it'll be easy to kind of get you guys on the ball rolling, where you don't have to plug this get started and payment process up for yourself. But everything else is pretty simple, and same thing with this subscribe piece too. This again is just front end, so you guys can kind of play around with it and try the template yourself. But those are the two pieces we have to connect together. Really quick, Cole, or even just anybody in the chat, what would you guys, because other than what we have here, it's really just front end. There's two pieces: the payment gateway and the subscribe form that we kind of have to put together. But other than that, Cole, what do you think we should talk about? Or people in the chat, what would you like to know about this template? Because if not, we'll just kind of dig through how we design this, and after that we can call it a day. But this is pretty straightforward other than that.
Is it responsive?
Oh, thank you for for asking. It is.
Okay.
That was actually a big piece. So this is also responsive, guys. I don't know why oops, I hope I didn't mess up my what's it gonna call it here. Let me see. Cool. It also is responsive here. Give me a second. So we have desktop all the way, and as we get down here, this is our tablet view. Let's move this a little bit because I think those who are watching on YouTube. All right, give me a quick second, because every time that I kind of smash it, you know what I'm gonna do is it's gonna be a little bit easier. Okay, because if I start to move my screen and squish it, it's gonna look weird. So I'm just gonna go back to here. So this is all responsive here. So I'm gonna, okay, Wix. Boom. So we have desktop, we have tablet, and it really just wants me to bring back to that section. We're gonna stay at the top here. So we're at the tablet view here, and I'm just showing you guys in the editor because just how I have the stream set up. If I start to squeeze my viewport, you guys will see less and less of the screen. But we have the tablet view here. Everything is still nice and responsive here. And I mean, this is a simple enough page. Even here, we do have this so that you can swipe through this, especially on tablet with your finger. This isn't cut off. You can simply just swipe. But that's tablet. We also have mobile. So everything kind of just, we drop one of the buttons here. We just have the get started, which is important for the signups. This gets dropped into a 2-column bit. Our FAQ stacks. We have our slider. It's just cut. We still have that the ability to tap next to see the next photo. Same thing with this. We have a slidable. Let me see if I can do it here on the preview. I think we only have it on touch. Ooh, we got to fix this. But I think we only have this on touch and not on the mouse cursor. Let me see. Here we go. So this slides. There are a few things like we need to make this a little bit bigger. But let me go ahead and edit this really quick just to show you guys how simple editing this puppy is. So I'm going to just click on this, and we need this to be 12 pixels, not 6. There we go. And let's just make sure. Very nice. But that's pretty much it, guys. Like, even if we were to pull this in and out, I don't know. That's one of the most challenging things when I try to pull this out. Wix tries to, as things expand, especially with the this FAQ section. This has nothing to do with how it's built. It's just if you have a section selected and it grows, it tries to keep your eyeballs or your viewport specifically on that section. And we don't want to be there right now. But let me go ahead and just publish this really quick. And we'll just go to the site. Isaac said Brandon showing off his gun. There is no guns here, sir. All right, let me see if I can center this really quick. It will just be a little strange on the stream for those of you guys who are watching on Instagram. And I apologize. But that's why you gotta watch on YouTube. All right, so again, this is the tablet. I just wanted to make some adjustments because the editor was getting annoying. And okay, so we still gotta do some things about this, but we're just gonna drop the text size over here. Actually make the cards a little bit simple. So we have this piece, and we might edit this just to show you guys how simple it is. And then we'll just drop this here for mobile. We'll bring this up as well. We'll edit this. And there's a few things that we can kind of fix up in here. But these are the things like, the purpose of these, ladies and gentlemen, is there's a lot that you guys can pull from this stuff. And let me see here. All right, we want to take this sticky off as well. One of the things that we want to use these sessions for is, one, we're showcasing you guys what we're building in the essentially our template and component library. Some of the stuff is not finished when we get here. Last week, even the weeks before, we're showing you guys what we're building, what we're tweaking, and we use your guys' user feedback, and also just as a community, like, hey, I like this, didn't like this, this is a product of ours, and we use the feedback and all the other things to kind of funnel down what is working, what is not with this stuff. Again, all this stuff is free, it's not paid, but we also want to showcase, more importantly, like, what is this platform? It's Wix Studio. How easy is it to utilize Wix Studio as a designer, not needing to code to build live sites? Very easy. But also on top of that, we want to share with you guys the things that we've built so that you guys don't have to struggle from building things from scratch. Really to utilize some of these things that we've taken a lot of time to do and kind of going back and forth and refining it for you guys to use for your projects. So what we're gonna go ahead and do here, since you guys have seen the desktop all the way down to mobile, let's fix some of these things live so you can see how simple it is to do some of these things. Because this donut should not be sticky. We have these cards, we have this in the lower section. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna move our screen back to where it should be on desktop and mobile on the stream. Give me a second, guys. There we go. All right, so let's go back to our editor, and I'm actually going to open up, because what we need to do here, we need to make our changes in the actual template. Boom. And we are going to go ahead and edit the template here. I see 3 of you guys already downloaded. Very nice. Let's see. Den, exactly. We're trying to give you guys as much as possible. Like, if you guys have questions on how this stuff was built, we'll share that with you. We're also trying to, the things that work right, we're trying to share with you guys as well. So let's go ahead and go to this mobile piece here, because we have about 80% of this stuff done right here. We're just going to click this donut, and we don't want this to be sticky, because before, we're just going to hit default so that the donut does not stay sticky on the mobile experience here. Let's go ahead and figure this out here. Oh, you also know what? Some of this stuff was fixed on the whatchamacallit? I'm sharing there's 2 versions of this site. I'm sharing the template that we're sharing with you guys is the final one. I'm sharing you guys like the first draft that I was doing yesterday, and I didn't update any of this stuff. So a lot of the problems that we saw live are not going to be in the template that you guys download. But let me just make sure that this stuff is working appropriately. because this is still pushing down and we don't want that. I'm trying to figure out why it would be pushing down. Let's just try this. And if not, this is stuff that we will fix after today's session. But Cole, do you have, let me see, trying to look on the grams if there's any other questions, or from the YouTubes. We have some people asking if this is Framer. This is not Framer, this is Wix Studio. And also to let you in on how we even built this. So one of the workflows that we've been working on, which I think is valuable to those who don't even care what Wix Studio is, even though it's a very important, powerful tool that we've been using in our workflow, we have been using Figma to Wix Studio, as well as essentially, as designers, we work very much in Figma, especially with what they dropped this last config. A lot more people are going to be using Figma, and I think that as a tool for most designers, a lot of people are building. It's going to be interesting with some of the stuff that they came out with, the no-code stuff, what that's really going to do. But because that's still so early, Wix Studio is something that we use as designers to build stuff in Figma, and then use the Figma to Wix Studio plugin to bring our static non-animate designs into Wix Studio so that we can actually publish a real live site from our work. So the workflow that we're using. Alrighty. All right, there we go, Cole. Sorry about that.
You're back.
Yeah, I'm back. I don't know what happened. I think it's all I'm not gonna lie. I think it's all the websites that we have going on right now. For whatever, I just got kicked off the internet. I've got like 20 pages open. Sorry about that, guys. But don't know where we left off or what the last thing you guys heard. But what I was essentially trying to say was that a large piece of this process is this Figma to Wix Studio plugin. As designers, we are trained in aesthetic design. Coding is like, sure, if you're a beast, you learn how to code after you know how to deal with all the principles of design. And using a plugin like Figma to Wix Studio, essentially doing what it is that we are great at, designing, and being able to use a tool or a plugin like Figma to Wix Studio to allow us to bring our awesome design work into a platform that allows us to publish our static thing into becoming a real life thing. For example, all of this, if I were to showcase to you guys how we did this, I simply, let's go ahead and open up my, I can, actually, no, I can show you guys my Figma. I just have to open up in the browser. Give me a second. Okay. But I'm very easily able to take this entire desktop piece here. And I'm just gonna see if we can, there we go, make sure it's on the screen. I'm able to take this project here, 19 by 20 dashboard or artboard, and pull it all into Wix Studio simply by going to plugins, Figma to Wix Studio, selecting my artboard, and I'm not going to go through the full piece here, but select export, and there's this whole process of essentially going into Wix Studio, tools, import from Figma. I copy the link of my Figma project from here. Copy, paste, connect, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing because I've already done this already, but it sees exactly what that Figma file is. It's the SaaS homepage. It's slowly importing, and it imports the frame, it imports the fonts. You can see it here, and you can simply just add it as a page, but I'm not going to go ahead and do that. But that's, and from there, after we have everything in here, all I have to do next is simply input the functionality. For example, this Pro Gallery, this was not imported from the Figma to Wix Studio. There was photos that were added in this section, but I want the functionality of a Pro Gallery from Wix Studio, which is essentially just a gallery where you can right and left click on arrows for new photos to show up. This FAQ section, again, we had to make this from scratch, but you don't have to in Wix Studio. They do have an accordion and a FAQ widget that you can plop in, but we wanted to custom make something for you guys to utilize in this project, or you can utilize the code and the FAQ section that's designed like this in other projects. You don't have to use this entire template. You simply can just come here. You liked how this is designed for your project. You literally can just copy. If I wanted to make a new page, or even a whole new site for that matter, if I just like the FAQ section, FAQ, Fawacha. All right, there we go. We can just copy and paste that section specifically. And the reason we don't see anything here is because, again, we have to set this up via a CMS. And again, all you would have to do is you would create a CMS and connect the CMS to this to these sections here. So let me see if I can do this really quick. Add a data set, choose selection, dataset FAQ. There we go. We have some, and I'm also going to set up FAQ dataset, boom, boom. And also we don't see it because the color of this, and I believe there is a code snippet as well that we don't have. Yeah, there's a code snippet and all that stuff. I get too excited when I get on these things, guys. Essentially, what we're gonna have to do, like, the whole goal of this was to be like, hey, we have this cool thing, here's how it's designed. Literally, you can change images, you can change text, all that other stuff. If you take it outside, like, this is gonna have to be a whole tutorial showing you guys how to set up another FAQ piece. But if you do not want to do this mess, literally just keep it to this page. But we will, because one of our plans in the future is to make this FAQ section be something that it lives on its own, but it needs to be packaged correctly where, hey, you need to copy and paste this here and everything follows, so you don't have to think about doing it. But in essence, I just wanted to share with you guys mainly today that we're going to try to do, or my goal is to try to do a little bit of a series on SaaS landing pages, but make it tight enough to where they're actually products. But I wanted to share with you guys today kind of what us as a community is working on. Here's how it looks right now. If you guys want to get in there and play around while it, still needs some tweaks, it's awesome. But any feedback that you guys have would be greatly appreciated, because this is kind of, we've done workshops where we show you how to build stuff. Some of you guys like that, but also some of you guys want additional tools, resources, things like that. And this is the showcase of showing you guys kind of what we're building in the back end. So it's like showcase, a little bit of news. You guys kind of see a little bit of behind the scenes, and the demos break a little bit. But I don't think nothing here is broken per se. There's just things that aren't hooked up if you were to take them outside of where they are. As I mentioned in demo for you guys today, the addition of anything in the CMS here, where we added our Brandon likes brownies. I'm almost scared to put this because I know this is about to go on the what's it called, the actual template site, but you guys got to see this in this version here. I think this is the previous one. Yeah, Brandon tests live, Brandon likes donuts. So it works locally on this page with the CMS that we have, and you simply just have to add a new column. So I honestly think that is pretty much it for, let me see, maybe it says change background color to white to show the text. Let me see. Oh, you're talking about the, whatchamacallit, what I had over in, I have too many things open. Here we go. You were talking about the new page, Maeve. It's a code thing in that piece. So I'm gonna leave that one alone because it wasn't a good example to go into. But I think that's it, guys. Really, all I wanted to share with you guys today is, hey, we're kind of working on this page. Still got some things to really work out, but we have, for the most part, it is responsive. You can change the assets, you can change the text, you can change the colors, all those things, the images. Really, the only thing that I think that we need to fix is this portion here. There was that little bit of a squeeze issue here that we'll get figured out. But get in there and play. Everything else you can copy into your projects, and I think they'll pretty much work out pretty nicely. But we will be QAing this piece for the rest of this week. We just kind of wanted to show you what we're working on. And if you guys have any 2 cents, 5 cents, $2 to add to it, that would be awesome. So with that said, do you guys have any questions on how any of this was built? Because really, it was just Figma to Wix Studio, and that process is honestly a lifesaver. It's just designing in here. We have every section, we have every bit of piece of information. We just hit our button in this plugin, everything gets pulled over, and we just make it responsive. That's really the only make it responsive. And for example, instead of these photos, we added a slideshow. We added our own custom FAQ. What else? I believe that's it. No questions, Cole?
Not on my end over here.
Alrighty, guys. Well, if you guys are part of the Newform community, I went into too much stuff. I was just like, guys, look what we have. I think that the design is really awesome. I think that the template is really cool, but now we just finished this last night. There's little things that we can tighten up. But essentially, if you guys are part of the Newform community, if you guys want to be, if you're not, if you're watching on Instagram, you can comment join, and you will get an update email if you like this template when we have kind of plugged in the holes and made this super tight. But really, you have a product that's like 90% there. And I just really wanted to showcase to you guys this today and where it's at, and kind of showing you guys, hey, I think we want to do a little bit of a series on producing SaaS pieces like this. But I also, what we would really need to know from you guys, I know you like the education piece, but also you guys like the tools piece, and we're trying to figure out which amalgamation of content is best. Today, I didn't really know how to go about the content, to be honest with you. I really focused on, all right, the design of the piece. I just wanted to create something really awesome for you guys to use, kind of show it to you all, and then also work with you all to make it better. So it's kind of like I feel naked today, which is fine. It's all right. Naked with clothes is okay. But I want to show you guys how we're thinking, what we're thinking about in the community, what we're focused on. And if you enjoy it, come along, take it, check it out, and kind of, let us know how we can improve. But other than that, I think that's it. The only other bit to share with you guys today, if you are not familiar with our challenge each and every month, again, we have our Ghibli challenge, our Studio Ghibli challenge, where you guys have, I think, a week left. Let me see. Yes, because next week we are closing on, I believe it's let me look here. We are closing the 25th. And the 25th is actually, that's Sunday. So you guys got to get in your challenges like ASAP. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more days. That gives me and Cole a couple days to look at the challenge winners are going to be showcased on the 28th here on YouTube. So if you guys want to get into the challenge, go to newform.community/challenge, or just go to our newform.community website, check out what the challenge is all about, check it out in the menu. And we can't wait to see your submissions, and also get to share the amazing challenge winners on social media, both on YouTube and on Instagram. So with that said, you have anything else to share today, Cole?
No, I think we'll wait till next month to fully reveal the challenge theme. Although if you are in the community, you'll already have a bit of a heads up on what's going on. But yeah, can't wait to look at all of the results from the challenge. I think it's going to be there's going to be some really cool websites in there. I'll say that though.
There always is, though.
There always is.
All right, guys. Well, you guys have a great afternoon, morning, evening, whatever it is on your time in the world. Last thing, today we have design and chat in our community where we hang out with our community. You guys can come and hang out, let us know what it is that you're working on, but it's really a time for us to come together as a group, catch up with one another, learn a little bit more about each other, and also more importantly, it's a time for us to unstick those who are stuck in their creative career, something that they're working on web design wise, project wise, Wix Studio wise. It's a great time to kind of just hang out, joke around, get to meet each other, and we always have a good time. So that is today at 1 p.m. EST. We'd love to see you guys there. If you can't make it, you'll come to the next one. But again, every month we have about 3 events in new form. We have our challenge, we have our 2 workshops, we have Figma to Wix Studio, which Cole does each and every month. And the second event, we're trying to get a handle on how does it work. Do we still do another education piece like Figma to Wix Studio where we literally show you from A to Z how something is built and also give you that template? Or do we make more complex things like this today where it's impossible to cover all the things, but at least we can share with you guys, hey, we have this cool thing that we're making, we're trying to refine it. Eventually it will be 100% in our free component library. We're just trying to get a little bit of more hands-on, but also be publicly naked with some of the things that we're working on, so you guys can either be a part of it, help us refine it, or let us know like, hey, really don't like it, can you guys go back to Figma to Wix Studio twice a month? That's cool too. But thank you guys for hanging out. We'll see you in design and chat if you guys are going to be there. And other than that, we will see you next Wednesday for our design challenge winner reveal. And if you kind of want to get integrated into the new form community, comment join on Instagram so you can get an automatic DM on how to join the community. And if you're on YouTube, you're probably already part of the community. So thank you guys for coming. All right, guys, you have a great day and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Yeah.